Scotland online edition. We're super grateful for the amazing speakers that have been joining us. And today we have Mohammad. He's an active member, I will say, of our group. He was attending our DevFest in person last year. So it's really an honor for us to have you. And we're really grateful for you to come and our community. So yeah, please go ahead. Again, thank you so much. Thank you everyone that is joining. This recording will be we're going to upload it to our YouTube channel for the Google Developer Group Glasgow. And yeah, Mohammad, please, you can start. And again, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Patty, for the nice introduction, and it was very nice seeing you last year, and I'm looking forward to meeting you again. And thanks to everyone who joined us and who are going to watch the recording later when it's uploaded on the YouTube channel. So I am at the very first step. I would like to thank the organizers of DevFest Scotland. It was for 2024. As of last year, it was a great experience to travel from Newcastle to Glasgow to go to Scotland in that freezing weather. But it was very nice to catch up with people, to connect with more Googlers, to connect with more experts from different sectors. Um, uh, and yes, last year, of course, I was inspired to be on the stage to deliver a talk, and I am very happy that I have been able to do that this year. So today I am going to give an introductory level talk about what we do at PR, and the title that I have chosen is Fact-Based Analysis for Real-World Solutions, How Data Informs Policy. So in this presentation, I'd like to focus on the PR's history a little bit and the approach we use for our works, for our initiatives, and the core areas of focus that we have. I'd like to spotlight on the case study and how we have used data for a real world application, and then how data is used for policy making. Definitely, I would have the chance to talk about the challenges in data-driven policy research, and finally, I would conclude my presentation with the future of data at PR. So PR stands for Porsesh Policy Research Institute. It is basically an independent, nonprofit, community-centered think tank based in the United States. Since the very beginning, PR's mission has been to provide fact-based, impactful analysis to inform decision-making. And then historically, like, it was founded in 2015 in Kabul, Afghanistan, responding to systematic injustice and how we could use data to real-world data to at least, like, respond to the systematic injustice in the country. After the collapse of the government in Afghanistan, of course, like, we had to reestablish the institute in Seattle, Washington, United States. In 2022, we were able to register the company, register the institute in Seattle, Washington. With a team of researchers and experts from various sectors, we're still driven by a commitment to advocating for minority communities and social equity. We have been striving to keep up our commitment towards our community. Uh, so I would point Porsesh Policy Research Institute as PR. So whenever I say PR, it actually means Porsesh Policy Research Institute. As of our mission, we at PR are trying our level best to produce unbiased and data-driven insights uh, that inform impactful policies. And as of our vision, uh, uh, we're trying our level best. We're striving for a world where no one's dignity and rights are compromised in social decision in social decision making due to misinformation, disinformation, or lack of systematic or factual information. So we're basically trying to tackle all those misinformation, disinformation that might exist within a community. Um, our approach, we we basically like focus on human centered and contextualized knowledge. As of our approach, uh, we we do our best to follow the human centered design. We prioritize the needs and voices of communities we serve, specifically when it comes to marginalized communities, uh, ensuring our research reflects the challenges and the perspectives that these communities actually face. And then we have been trying since 2015, since the establishment, we have been trying to use data as a tool for truth, because we are trying our little best to tackle the misinformation and disinformation by providing clear, unbiased data that shapes fair and effective policies, programs, and decisions. Um, in addition, we understand that each community has their own unique circumstances. So our research respects, and highlights these contextual differences. And as of our research works and the publications that we do, we make sure that these researches and these publications are licensed and follow academic rules, and we make sure that and our publications are all licensed under Creative Commons. Um, the key area of focus establishment, we have been trying to be an institute that could be action-oriented research, um, conducting rigorous research to guide impactful policies and programs. We've been providing professional training, providing skills and expertise to individuals and organizations for greater impact. We have had programs in different locations, different partners, institutions, and so on. Most importantly, the civic engagement and advocacy, because this has been a core point, a core goal at the institute, to be a platform for advocating for the rights of the marginalized communities. Later on, we're going to have a case study where how we use data to tackle those issues, or how we, as a platform, play a role uh, of being, an area or a platform for advocacy. And we've been providing expert consultancy as well. And lastly, the very new initiative that we have taken since our relocation to the United States. We've been trying to reach out to marginalized communities like the immigrants or the refugees who are in a great need of services like adoption, integration. And that's why we have been supporting immigrants through comprehensive services for their successful adaptation, to make sure that they adapt within the society that they are living. So too much of talk, I understand. Um, but I'd like to have a case study and how Porsesh Policy Research Institute used data to advocate for the rights of marginalized communities such as the Afghan Sikhs and Hindus. Um, you might think that Sikhs and Hindus might live just in India, but that would be true. But they live in Afghanistan as well. So they have been one of the marginalized communities uh, in Afghanistan, and they have faced years of systematic discrimination, systematic like injustice. So, Persons Policy Research Institute, being one of the premier institutes, try to come with the idea of like uh, using the real world data to advocate for the rights of these marginalized communities. So that's why PR started conducting a a comprehensive survey to document the experiences of Afghan Hindus and Sikhs, marginalized group facing this significant challenges. Uh, since working with these marginalized communities, we have learned so much about them, and we have learned how locally they were displaced. So we use the real world data to draw a pattern of how where they were, and then how did they move to another place uh, due to uh, systematic discrimination. So it was data that helped us understand how such a community was deprived of a lot of uh, a lot of their rights, a lot of their basic human rights. So that's why we conducted surveys. We talked to the people. We documented. We got the data. We anonymized the data, and then we found a lot of like pattern, and we used a lot of software, specifically the Stata for analytics, and GIS for drawing the pattern, like how these problems um, uh, affected them or impacted them, and then forced them to move from one place to another place. And the findings could be found in the reports themselves that are available on our website as well. But uh, since talking about data and real world problem, so PR has been one of the only institutions in Afghanistan who, uh, uh, together with the team, did a great job, especially for the marginalized community of Afghan Sikhs and Hindus. So uh, the overall purpose was to encounter misinformation and provide an accurate account of the needs that these communities actually required. Uh, our team of experts, our team of researchers did an incredible job. Um, uh, our findings were shared with a lot of our international partners. A lot of people went through our reports. A lot of media outlets covered and referenced, cited uh, the findings. So um, those could be one of the greatest impacts of how uh, we used real world data to at least tackle this issue. We didn't like completely solve the issue, but at least we took it to the government level, to the international level, and brought their stories into a spotlight and drew attention of uh, the uh, concerned bodies to potentially give attention, to potentially give some support. So it was data that helped us do all these things. So the impact has been enormous. The coverage, uh, as I just mentioned, the international partners, media outlets, they've all been talking um, about uh, the findings, and that is how we used data to at least like tackle down some of societal issues. Now, you could these findings could be accessed on our website. If you just go to the PR Research US website, you can find all these nice and comprehensive research works that are based on real world data. And these are original works. You can't, so you can definitely see the quality of the work that the team has put together. It has not been just the marginalized communities like Afghan, Sikhs, and Hindus, but there are other ethnic minority ethnic groups that are considered as minorities. So our institute has been successful enough to reach out to them and to be a voice to them. Especially one of the most comprehensive research works that we have done was on the Hazaras in Afghanistan, and then Hazaras in Afghanistan and also Hazaras in Quetta, Pakistan. Uh, our, uh, and then since the relocation to the United States, we have reached um, mm, to the refugees, to the immigrants uh, groups, and using the real world data, we have been able uh, we have been able to at least like be a voice to them. We have been able to bring the attention of the concerned departments on the issue of uh, the immigrants communities. Um, uh, all the case studies are available on our website. If you just go to our website, in the publication section, you'll definitely see all these uh, researches that we have done. Now, as of uh, as of the immigration or immigrant, we have been we have newly launched an initiative. We have newly PR launched a new initiative called as the Immigrant Integration Initiative, or also known as I3. So the focus of this program is to develop using data, to develop services that are responsive to specific challenges faced by the immigrant communities. Uh, Now we are focusing on immigrants in the US, but we are trying our level best to expand the coverage throughout the world. And the goal is to empower immigrants to adapt successfully, feel supported in their new environments. So, I mean, this I3 is an initiative which embodies PR's commitment to uplifting communities with tailored and also research-backed solutions. So this is one of the new works that PR has is working towards. And then how PR utilizes data for policy decision making, and what my role is, like, in this whole thing. Now, as of data generation or data collection, surveys, interviews, public data are core methods for gathering insights directly from the communities, talking to the people face to face, getting the real world data, and then analyzing the data. So I play a role in analyzing the data as well, being proficient in MATLAB, in R, in Python. I take the initiative to at least uh, analyze the data, give some insights, share some insights with the other researchers, with the other data analysts. So we actively use analytical tools like Python. We use Python. Then we use R for the analysis. We use Plotly for creating dashboards, Stata, the same, Power BI for creating dashboards, then Tableau for more analysis, and DDoS for more comprehensive research and analytical works. And of course, we use Google Analytics as well to see how the impact, how the response has been from the public, from those who are reading our findings. And we have been actively using GIS as well, especially in the project of the survey of the Afghan Sikhs and Hindus. GIS has been widely used to map how those communities were internally displaced. So we use all these uh, software packages to interpret data, identifying trends and critical needs, and the result of all these technology usage could be found in the reports as well. Um, Now, these insights inform advocacy strategies, and we have been successful enough to use these findings to draft policy recommendations, and then to ultimately, make data the foundation of like effective informed decision making uh, in the within the institute. So after finalizing the recommendations, after finalizing the findings, we take it as an extra as a final initiative to draft a list of recommendation, and then propose it uh, to the government bodies concerned, uh, or or any other international organizations that are concerned reach about those issues of those communities. Um, Now, definitely, there are challenges in data-driven advocacy, especially when it comes to marginalized communities. Uh, in particular, data access and accuracy. Now, collecting reliable data from marginalized community can be challenging uh, uh, due to trust issues and resource limitations. Definitely, like they are not ready to talk about a lot of things because they already feel that they are, like they're already apart and they're already marginalized. So it's very it's a challenge to generate data in the very first state, and then combating the misinformation. Now, PR actively works to challenge this, to challenge misinformation. Uh, this is actually misinformation that hinders progress for these marginalized communities. Now, it could happen to any other data-driven advocacy institutes such as PR. Now, lastly, I would point the lack of resources for community-centered data generation. Like as I just said, like it's very difficult uh, to to even find resources. There is limited resources. There is limited funds allocated, for community-centered data collection. It's because the sort of work that these sort of like institutes do, they don't align with what a donor actually thinks, with what a business person thinks. So that's why it's a little bit challenging. But in particular with PR has been trying to go ahead no matter what. Um, yeah. Now, I think this is the last slide. So, just going to talk about future of data at PR. Now, we are trying our level best to adapt uh, with the rapid advancement in the technology sector, in every sector, in particular in the technology sector. So, we're trying to expand data collection uh, to reach out to more communities around the world. Um, PR will increase data efforts in new areas, as I said, like import areas that these marginalized communities are living, to potentially inform even more tailored solutions and be a voice to those communities. Uh, Now, we're trying to adopt advanced analytics using big data. We have been like dealing with a lot of data, but when it comes to very huge amount of data, we haven't done it, but we are like trying our level best to deal with all these big data. To be we want to use, I mean, PR wants to use big data to tackle some of the major societal challenges, specifically when it comes to uh, disinformation and uh, misinformation. Now, in order to tackle all these misinformation and disinformation, because we need to check different sources of data, and then we might even go to social media platforms to, or any other platforms to cross verify uh, a fact. So that's why we need to use big data, and then we need to leverage AI to be able to help us with interpreting, or to help us with analyzing big data. That is like the goal that we are like working towards, and our team has been uh, trying has been working towards that goal. Um, and definitely building strategic partnerships. PR is open to collaborating with take data and policy organizations locally and globally to inform better solutions for better community services. So that is what PR, uh, that is what the future at PR would look like. Yeah, get involved with PR if you are passionate about making a change. PR appreciate PR appreciates and supports the your involvement, your support. It can be in any form. Um, you can definitely stay connected with us and visit our website, see what you can offer, and we are ready to have a chat about it. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. I hope the presentation wasn't that boring. I tried my level best to keep it as simple as possible, to because when it comes to human-centered organizations now dealing with data, and human-centered, I mean, like when it comes to research is related to humanitarian issues, so that sometimes can be can be you know can be boring. It can't be as fun as maybe other researches, but uh, I tried my level best to make it as understandable as possible. And lastly, I would like to take this moment to thank the whole team at PR who are working day and night to be the voice to those marginalized communities around the world. And and definitely thank you to DevFest Scotland 2024, the organizers, for giving me the opportunity to share my insights and to share the journey of PR with the audience of DevFest Glasgow. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed, and we are the ones that have to thank you for again for joining us, and what a brilliant work that you guys are doing in PR. Working with marginalized communities. I definitely don't think it's boring. I don't think it will be boring for anyone. It was a really interesting presentation, and it's for me it was really surprising to see all the work that you're doing. I think it's amazing. So it's really worth it to spread the word about what you're doing and what the organization is doing. So obviously it's not a boring topic. It's quite the contrary. So,
Yeah, thank you so
well,
much.
thank you again, and we hope to see you in person in our next events as a speaker. Thank you, everyone, for joining. This session will be uploaded to YouTube, and yeah, I think you have some comment here in the chat. Roya, thank you so much. Uh, uh, they learn new things, so that is the, I think, the objective.
Yeah,
Uh, so again, well, thank you everyone, and yeah, have a good rest of your night, and I hope that we can meet up soon.
sure. Thank you so much, Patty, and then looking forward to meeting you. Thank you to all the organizers who are doing a great job.
I'll let them know. I will let them know.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you. Bye bye.